Hey Kurt, hey Jonathan.
Good morning.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Monday.
I did not want to get out of bed today. I was like, I'm not ready to start this week, but oh well.
Yeah, seems to be the consensus this morning.
Alright, so I just had a chat with Stephanie and some EY people before this to let them know what we're doing here, but there are a series of VCO initiatives related to casino system services, which Jonathan, I'm going to need, / Stephanie is going to need your help tracking here. So I wanted to go through them with both of you and get your thoughts on the best way to do this. So let me share my screen. I think some of them are obvious and some of them, Jonathan, I'm hoping that you know the PL well enough to find this or to find not the cost in there.
Okay.
But you can see, and these are the non-confidential ones. There are 9. Is that 9? Did I highlight all of them? Here, but we've got this one, for example, Cash Club installation automation T&E. So I got to get the amounts that we're supposed to be tracking to on here. This is a pull from Shibumi that EY did. That'll have the initiative ID, the initiative name, kind of the grouping on it, so you can see it's a non-headcount cost reduction. T&E reduction for Cash Club, install automation, who owns it. I think I approved the business case at this point, so we don't really need this stuff. This one I need. Then I'm gonna. Oh yeah, I think this thing got messed up when I was in it earlier, so I'm gonna go back to my old copy here. But in any case, I'll put in the start date of when this initiative is supposed to start, and then we need to track against it. So, like for this one that's a T&E reduction, we'll probably want to compare it to the T&E budget and make sure we got the amount of T&E savings or realized that's in here, which I need to put the amount of savings in here too, so you know what the target is.
Mm-hmm.
On this one, we have Casino Systems TabNat contractor savings. So terminated with TabNat starting in the contract was terminated in November 2025. So we started seeing savings probably this year. And there's a few of those contract terminations. So Jonathan, I'm not sure what the best way to get visibility is because we're looking for a $0 versus some dollar amount in the year before or the period before. I'm not sure if that's possible or the best way to go about validating those savings.
I was under the impression. Oh, sorry. I was under the impression we couldn't do anything with 25. Jason, that was the APAC project savings. I don't know if I see it there, but is that so? So should I be like for that one looking at November for 2025 or just wherever that started in January, that cost from one?
Yeah, that's what I got to go put these start dates in here of when each of these initiatives started and when we're supposed to do the tracking. So
okay.
If an initiative doesn't get activated until July, then we wouldn't start tracking until July. So this one says reduce third-party spend by terminating 2 contracts from Harvard Partners in March and June. So one of them we start tracking at the end of March for March close, and the other one at the end of June or in July when we would start seeing it.
Hey Brennan, for these groups, I mean Jonathan might know, but like, is there some sort of like cost center in BPC, or is this like how are we tracking it? I guess is what I'm saying. Is it all these different groups, or is this one group?
Well, it says system services. That being said, I'm looking here at the owners, and Javier Duarte is under CTO, whereas I think the others are under Michael Spada reports to?
Not off the top of my head, but that name I can find it out.
I was gonna say I'm guessing he reports to Mike Willis or Nate
Yep,
Brainer.
that's who my guess was.
But I think, but for this Javier one, that I think he's in CTO for platforms. I think they're with you guys.
So we don't really know at what level do they want these savings to take place, or is it as like a group in total?
Well, each initiative we're trying to track, and so finding the cost center that best tracks it is what we're kind of putting our heads together here for, because I don't perfectly know.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Jonathan, I guess this is where that exercise you just did for me that you sent over this morning, that's where I guess that would come in handy.
Yep.
So I'll probably need Jonathan your thoughts on it. Like I said, I need to put a couple more pieces of information in this, the start date, and then what the target savings amount is, so we know if we're doing better or worse than it.
You know, I think Mike. I wonder if Mike himself might be a good person to go once we have that start date to kind of go through it, because I know he asks all the time for status on certain things that are relevant. I know Brennan, I grabbed you. That was a few weeks ago, but he might want to say whether it's Michael Spatter or him. He can kind of go through, and I can work through the start dates you gave him, and then get him to finalize, for instance, either the BPC node or the cost centers, and just iron that out with him. Does that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so.
But I obviously want to get you a starting point here for that conversation with something solid to base it on and what we're trying to.
I'll always take that.
Yeah, and again, this is so. EY sent me this tracker, and then again, I went through and I sectioned out the non-confidential ones because those are the only ones we could do. And then once the confidential one actually gets executed, then it won't be confidential anymore because it'll happen, and then that'll go into this, and we'll just keep this tracker going.
Okay.
This was just kind of my at least initial thoughts or summary of what it is. I mean, just again, it's contract termination. I guess we just have to make sure that validate that the costs aren't coming into the P&L anymore, and just do a check off on a monthly basis. To your point, Jonathan, in the right cost center.
Yep. And even during the close process to make sure that the costs aren't going somewhere. Which is fine. It's just part of like my routine. But again, knowing where to make sure where those costs are versus say similar costs that might look like. Just want to make sure I get all the
Correct.
clarity. Yep.
Correct. And this hasn't been done before. This is the first time doing it, so there's no perfect way. We're kind of in a best effort situation here because they make these initiatives and savings not with ease of tracking in mind, not that it's, our systems are the easiest to find data, and we've tried to look at outside services before, and it's not as easy as one would think it should be for these contractors and whatnot. So again, I just want to show you what we're trying to do, and then have you think about it, give you some structure, and we'll see how close we can get.
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, Jonathan, as long as you're good, then I'm fine. As long as you guys, have some sort of way to, I guess, initially first pass this, it's fine with me. If we want to hold it, Jonathan, like in this offline type of file, we just keep track of it as we go, better, worse in budget or whatever.
That would be, I feel like that's my preference just because given the visibility, we can add it together maybe eventually, but essentially I can kind of go through this with Mike. It's just the copy paste and then
Yeah, and when we get a version done, I'm sure there's a fellow named Ben Bayless who just introduced to Stephanie on the UI side that's working for the VCO that will probably be wanting the roll up of this to track as well when we get to that point.
Okay.
Sounds good.
FYI, it'll eventually roll into the VCO office, and
Okay.
there'll be probably many more like it, tracking the different million initiatives they have.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
But that's it. Like I said, just wanted to get you guys across it, and because we were talking about it, I gotta populate a few more data points, and then I'll get this over to you, Jonathan.
Perfect. And Kurt, I'll keep you updated as we go.
Yeah. If you want to, when you update it every month or something, if you want to send it over to me, that works.
Definitely.
Just so I can keep an eye on it. Yeah. Or just show me where you're going to save it somewhere. We can just sort of have it there as sort of a go-to.
I mean, that sounds good once I have access to anything, but
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm just kind of kidding. Okay. Yeah, no problem.
All right. Sweet. Sounds good. All right. Thanks, Brennan.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
All right,
Bye.
Oh, baby.